Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar, then we'll run through the various short range models and have a look at the weather warnings, as we do have a night of big thunderstorms coming. Around midnight tonight we're going to be seeing major severe thunderstorms up from the south and through tomorrow morning, and potentially once again in the afternoon as well. Got a lot of cape around, and we've got a little low pressure system, and you can already see the big thunderstorms firing across northern France, and those are heading our way over the next 6 hours or so. So we're going to have a look at in detail at these thundery systems, and then we'll also just finish the video by having a look at the mid to longer range. But of course, I do want to concentrate on the immediate impacts from these thunderstorms, especially as it still is bank holiday weekend, so I think a lot of people still will have plans over the next 24 hours. These storms could be infecting hopefully most areas. The most severe storms are overnight, but we could still see some torrential rain, big lightning strikes, gusty winds through the morning, and once again there could be some more pop-up storms potentially through tomorrow afternoon. So we'll have a look at that all in detail in this video. Just remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. Also do check out the channel membership, that link's in the description below as well. So, if we do start on the live radar, you can see most areas are relatively dry. Now, there are a few showers around. We have seen thundery showers across northern Wales yesterday, and earlier this morning we saw some across the far southwest. Quite a lot of heavy torrential rain, thunderstorms just on the coast and offshore, not quite making it inland, but we did see a small yellow thunderstorm warning put in force by the Met Office for parts of southwest England, but that is now not enforced. It's because of this system here that you can see is moving into parts of southern Ireland, generally now just as moderate to heavy rain. So we did see some thunderstorms earlier, but nothing on the scale for what we will see tonight. You can see them firing across northern France. You can see each of the small little red areas. That's a individual cell that is popping up, an individual updraft, and you can see where they're overshooting, which is where we are seeing lighter precipitation from the top of the cumulonimbus cloud. It shows you the direction they're moving, northwards. You can see all of the green from the precipitation is further northwards, and that is where the thunderstorms are moving. So yeah, does look like we're going to be seeing these thundery showers arriving very, very soon, and it does look like we're going to be seeing some potentially very severe impacts from these storms. So yes, around midnight tonight, this system here, which is producing these storms, will bring the energy and the instability towards the south of England. So if we do now have a look at the weather warnings, you can see there's a widespread yellow thunderstorm warning for most of England and most of Wales. Now it's from tonight at midnight, or tomorrow, until 6 PM tomorrow. So the whole day we've got this thunderstorm warning in force. Thunderstorms develop over parts of England and Wales from early Sunday, may cause travel disruption and in a few places, flooding. Now you can see thunderstorms and an area of rain are expected to develop over parts of England and Wales during the early hours of Sunday. Torrential downpours are likely in a few places, with parts of the Midlands, East Anglia and South East England most at risk. Some places could see 15 to 20 millimetres in an hour, perhaps up to 50 millimetres before storms fade, and hail may affect a few spots. These thunderstorms will slowly spread into southern parts of northern England on Sunday morning before easing. Further south, dry conditions briefly develop on Sunday morning before further showers and thunderstorms develop over some parts of southern England, Wales, the Midlands and East Anglia later. These could give, again, 10 to 20 millimetres of rain. If we look at the impact matrix, see high impact and high likelihood. So there is the potential for seeing an amber warning put in force for a few areas. Again, I don't suspect an amber warning will be put in force until these storms are sort of close by. So perhaps in around sort of 9-10 PM tonight, we could see a snap amber warning put in force for a few hours overnight. So we will keep an eye on that, but I think most people, and if it does get put in force, most people won't even see it because it will be overnight. But we could see an amber warning put in force for this, but at the moment, widespread yellow warning could be a small amber warning put in force somewhere in southern England. So if we do now have a look at the models, see what they're showing for the precipitation over the next couple of days. We'll also have a look at the temperature from the UK Met Office run, just seeing what temperatures are doing over the next 5 days as well. Now you can see earlier this morning we saw some of those thundery showers coming into southern England, but you can see they all sort of faded away as they came inland. Those reds not really lasting much apart from the far south coast. You see across the southwest why we saw that thunderstorm warning, but you can see those showers fading through the day. Now you can see, as I'm recording this, around 5-6 PM, those big storms across northern France starting to take off, and they do come inland into a massive thunderstorm system, multi-celled with big areas of precipitation as well. So even if you aren't directly under a thunderstorm cell with all the frequent lightning, it's still likely across southern England most areas will see some moderate to heavy rain as well. And gusty winds, of course. It does move northwards and loses intensity by around sunrise, around 5-6 AM, should start to lose its intensity. But as the warning says, behind briefly clear skies for another area of potentially thunderstorms break out across southern Wales, southwest England, and again, maybe some across central southern England to the southeast as well. So more thunderstorms there in the afternoon, before they all fade away generally into showers with very little lightning activity, just generally moderate to heavy showers beyond that. Through the evening, and you can see it's Monday, a few showers around, maybe a little thundery system in the far southeast. Keep an eye on that through Monday evening and Tuesday, and after that generally just sunshine and showers before we do see another weather front push in through Wednesday. Again, could be some heavy thundery rain mixed in with that, but it's too far away really for us to say anything with too much certainty. So if you have a look at the max temperatures, you can see today those temperatures are alright, 20 degrees where we see sunshine, but areas with more cloud, widely 15 to 18 degrees. Tomorrow, though, it does look like it's not going to be a great day, apart from potentially the far southeast seeing more sunshine. 20-22 degrees is possible there. Further northwards, low teens under the heavy rain and thicker cloud. By Monday afternoon, we see temperatures rise a little bit more widely, and perhaps towards high teens for most, getting towards some 20-21 degrees. And once again, to Tuesday, more widespread 22-23 degrees, and more, as I said, more widely 20-21 degrees. So we have more sunshine around. And by Wednesday, again, still decent, but slightly cooler air masses coming in from the west, so it's slightly cooler in the west and the far southwest, but still 20 to 23 degrees around the London area into the East Anglia as well. So if we do now have a look at the latest from the WRF, looking at thunderstorm risk, if we first start with the most unstable Cape, because again, these storms are upper level, they're not surface-based. Or at least by the time they arrive to the UK, they won't be surface-based storms. So they won't initiate from surface conditions, more from the energy within the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. So you can see that Cape values increase rapidly around 5, 6, 7 PM this evening. So as I'm recording this, those Cape values are increasing massively. But you can see they're the highest across northern France, where we're seeing the thunderstorms take off at the moment. What that means is when those thundery systems push northwards with the Cape, they will maintain their strength, get more widespread, and that's where they impact the south coast around midnight. You see lots of Cape in and around before it does fade around 6, 7, 8 AM, and that's when the thundery activity is expected to reduce. Beyond that, not too much Cape around through the rest of the day, perhaps some in central southern England. So again, we'll have to keep an eye on what happens with those showers. Of course, Cape is not an absolute necessity for thunderstorms, but it does help for widespread nature of it. You can still have low Cape and have thundery downpours, just perhaps not quite as widespread and more difficult to predict. Beyond that, Cape values are not too high throughout the rest of the early week, so most thundery activity should be localised or reduced to none at all. So if we do have a look at the precipitation from this WRF run, now you can see the precipitation heading up from the south over the course of the early hours, turning very heavy and thundery in around sort of that 2 to 5 AM period. Those dark oranges there showing very heavy precipitation. Again, very difficult to say exactly where the heaviest storms will be, because as we'll have a look with, as we saw with the UK Met Office run, it was slightly different positioned. As we'll see with the ARPEGE in a minute, it's slightly different positioned as well. But along this sort of central southern M4 line southwards, that's where we can most likely see the most severe storms, and they could spread inland, further inland as well. They do move northwards, and they do diminish through the early hours, or through late morning and the early hours of the afternoon, before generally just turning into more heavier rain, before things do start to turn a little bit more settled towards Tuesday. Still showers around though, just nothing too major. So if we do have a look at the ARPEGE run, have a look at the Cape values from this, so you can see again increasing Cape this evening. Big Cape, especially in the far southeast. We saw this in the WRF a bit further westwards. So this is why I say there still is uncertainty exactly where the heaviest thunderstorms will be, where we will see the biggest cells and multi-celled systems develop. And that's for the early hours before it does diminish, and we see a little bit of Cape through the afternoon, potentially a few thunderstorms there in the afternoon to early evening, before things do turn a little bit more settled. If you have a look at the precipitation from the ARPEGE run, you can see again Heavy showers and thunderstorms heading up from the south. Big storms through central southern and through the Isle of Wight could get battered on this latest ARPEGE run. Those storms eventually head northwards, turning more just to moderate to heavy precipitation before things eventually start to die down a little bit through Monday. But still precipitation around, just not quite as thundery. So if we do finish the video by just having a look at the ensembles, if we do start on the GFS, you can see very warm air mass at the moment, and that's why we're seeing these big thunderstorms. That warm air mass coming up from the south. It's why temperatures, if we did see sunshine, could get into the mid-20s right now. But because we've got a lot of instability around, it's more cloud, showers and storms. The temperatures will be down over the next couple of days, more towards average, but generally above average for the foreseeable future. Perhaps towards the middle of June, maybe slightly below, slightly above, depending on the exact ensemble run. We're not seeing any massive heat waves at this stage, no massive colder spells either, just generally around average. So highs in around that low 20s mark. And precipitation is not gone, but it's not an absolute deluge, so it does look like it will be a little bit unsettled this week, but beyond then, maybe Wednesday, Thursday time, it could turn a little bit more settled once again. Showers around, of course, but nothing too bad at this stage, I must stress that. If we do have a look at the ECMWF Ensembles, see what that's showing us over the next couple of weeks, again, very big precipitation spikes, 40-50 millimeters on some of these ensemble runs, so massive amount of rainfall potentially with this thundery outbreak, and then generally temperatures, or the upper air temperatures around or slightly above average, maybe slightly below average at times as well, so generally around average, and you can see quite a few precipitation spikes, but of course I always say there's 50 ensemble members here. So we're always going to see more precipitation spikes than the GFS run. So again, it doesn't look like an absolute washout, but it doesn't look completely bone dry either. There will be plenty of showers around, even on drier days. But of course, there could also be weather fronts around as well. But we'll have to keep an eye really on that. Because of course, once this thundery outbreak sort of reduces, we'll start to have a look again at the long-range models in more detail over the next day or two, looking at what we're going to be seeing for the first half of the first month of meteorological summer. So hopefully everyone has had a good bank holiday weekend so far, just like the weather is going downhill for the next, or for the last day of this 4-day weekend. So I hope everyone has enjoyed it, and if you do look forward to thunderstorms, do keep your eyes peeled on the radar and out your window over the course of this evening and tomorrow, because there could be quite a light show for some in the south incoming. So anyway, thanks for watching, make sure to stay safe out there, and I'll see you again for another video soon.